It's about reading habits.
Reading habits?
Habits, yes. Do you like to read?
I love to read.
Yes, why?
I think it's a great way of getting to know other cultures, also to forget about your problems and enter a new world, a new dimension. Yeah.
What kind of text do you like to read?
I like. Well, I'm a scholar. I'm doing a master's degree
What are you studying?
in translation. So I have to read a lot of scholar text, articles and stuff like that, but it's not necessarily what I prefer reading. I like to read novels. Yeah, I have some authors that I like.
Okay, the next question. Mention 3 books that are the most influential in your life.
Wow, okay, that's a hard one. I'm from Montreal, Quebec, and there's an author. Her name is Marie Laberge, and she has a series of books called Le Goût du Bonheur, The Taste of Happiness. So I really like this book. Also, I liked. There's an author and a theologian called Christopher West. He has lots of good books. One of them is Feel This Heart.
What?
Like, feel the heart, and the third one, let me think, when I was a little younger, what I liked to read. There's a book from C.S. Lewis? Anyways, a book called Rain and the sequels. I really liked it as well.
Good books. And now the most difficult, your favorite book?
Oh my gosh, well, I guess it would go with the first one, Le Goût du Bonheur, Taste of Happiness.
Next. Which is the name of the book you last read?
The last book I read, let me think. Can it be a book I'm reading now?
Yes.
I'm reading right now a book called a book about forgiveness. Like the key of happiness is forgiveness.
Who is the author?
It's a fiction name. She just put her first name. I think it's Sophie or something, and Claude. They're 2 authors.
Next. How long does it take you to read a book?
Really long. Not because I'm a slow reader, because I stop a lot.
Me too.
No, I stop. It can take me. I think it's to take me more than years to finish a book. There's a book I finished. I started in 2012. I still haven't finished it.
Yeah, you read today.
Exactly.
In 2 weeks you don't read.
Exactly.
Yes.
And then years pass by, and you're like, oh no, this book I wanted to finish.
Yes. Happening. How much do you spend reading in a week?
How much time do I spend reading? Not that much right now. Maybe 2 hours or less.
Do you usually read in the public transport? In the subway or in the bus?
Yes, I like to read in the public transport.
Is comfortable for you?
It's not really comfortable, but since I don't really have time to read, it's one of the only times that I have where I don't have anything else to do, so I read.
How many books do you keep in your house?
Do I keep in my house? Right now, I must say, because I move a lot, right now I must have about 10 to 15 books. Well, in my personal library. In the house library, I think we have over 100 books.
Wow, good. Next, mention a way you can motivate people to read.
Well, I like giving books or lending books that I love to people. So like they actually have it and they can read it. So I think it's a good way. When people have a book, and especially when you give it to them, they don't have a time frame, so they can read it anywhere. So to give book to people, I think it's a good way.
And the last question is very interesting. Which book would you like to make a movie of that book?
Oh my gosh, that's a good question. Actually, that book I told you that was my favorite one.
Yes.
It would be good But since it's not very known internationally, let me try to find one that I really like, an international one. I can't think of one. I would say the first book.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And another question: what do you think about these books about the Hunger Games and 50 Shades of Grey and Harry Potter that are very popular in the young people, but are not so, not all, but some that are not so good?
Yeah. I don't really read those because, for example, I consider it a bit of popular movement. You know, one starts to talk about something and then everyone starts.
Yes.
I think the only trend that I followed, but I didn't read all of them, is Twilight.
Did you like?
Yeah, I liked it. But all the other one, Harry Potter's, I never read it. 50 Shades of Grey, never read, never saw the movie, and I'm not necessarily interested in seeing them.
Okay, that's all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.